Your face is shrinking, not a metaphor, not someday, right now. Your skull is smaller than your ancestors. Your jaw is set further back. Your airway is narrower. And the same thing is happening to every person you know. The human face is caving inward, generation by generation, and it is accelerating. Put your tongue on your teeth. Feel them, crowded, overlapping, shoved together, fighting for room that isn't there. You've been told that's normal. It's not. It's brand new. It's getting worse. And it is a symptom of something quietly wrong with our entire species. Here's how wrong. Dig up almost any human skull older than a few hundred years, 10,000, 50,000, doesn't matter, and open its mouth. Perfect. Straight. Teeth. Every time. Full wisdom teeth, sitting there in neat rows, doing their job. No crowding, no crookedness, no braces, because for 300,000 years, no human being ever needed them. And then in the last few centuries, a heartbeat on that scale, the human mouth collapsed. Straight teeth were never something to be fixed. Straight teeth were the human default. The crowded, crooked, wisdom teeth ripped out at 17 mouth that you think is just how people are, that is the new thing. That is the mutation. That is the damage. And it happened far too fast to be evolution, which means it isn't nature doing this to your face. It's us. And once you see how, you will never look at a plate of food the same way again. So let me show you what a human is actually supposed to look like. Because you've seen it. You've met that person. The one built like they're from another age. Enormous. Heavy-boned. And a jaw like a shovel. Wide, square, powerful, room for every tooth like it was carved that way. Some of the biggest athletes on earth have it. That one guy at the gym has it. That relative nobody wants to arm wrestle has it. And your gut looks at them and whispers, they look prehistoric. Your gut is right. That is not a genetic freak. That jaw is the factory setting. That is what your face was supposed to become. What nearly every human used to grow before something reached into our species and switched it off. They're not the strange ones. You are. We all are. We are the shrunken version. So what's doing it? What reaches into an entire species and quietly caves in its face in a few thousand years? It's not genetics. Far too slow. Brace yourself, because it's absurd. It's soup. It's smoothies. It's bread. Stay with me, because this is the part that will genuinely change how you see your own body. Your jaw is not a fixed bone. It's closer to a muscle. It grows only when it's forced to work. And for 300,000 years, it worked like a slave. Eating used to be brutal. Our ancestors ripped into raw meat and chewed a single mouthful for minutes. They ground down roots so tough and stringy it was like eating rope. They cracked nuts and bone with their teeth. A prehistoric meal was hours of savage, jaw-crushing labor every day from the moment a child had teeth. And a jaw worked that hard, that young, gets the signal it's built to wait for. And it grows, huge, wide, strong, long enough to hold all 32 teeth like it was nothing. Now, what did you chew today? Nothing. Be honest. Soft bread that dissolves, a smoothie you drank, pasta, a burger that falls apart in your mouth. Everything on your plate arrives cooked soft, processed soft, pulped and pre-chewed by a factory before it ever touches your teeth. You could get through a whole day of modern meals barely using your jaw at all. And here is the quiet horror in that. A child's jaw is standing there, waiting for the workout that tells it how big to grow. And in the modern world, the workout never comes. So the jaw does what any muscle does when it's never used. It stops growing. It stays small. We are, quite literally, starving our own faces of the work they need to form, and then acting surprised when they come out wrong. And before I show you what a starved, undersized jaw actually does to you, because it is so much worse than crooked teeth. If your tongue is pressed against your teeth right now, if this is landing, subscribing is how the next one reaches you. That's the whole ask. Now, the part that should genuinely scare you. Because here's the trap soft food laid. The jaw shrank, but the teeth didn't. Your teeth are still manufactured to the ancient blueprint, 32 of them, sized for a big prehistoric jaw. And now they're being crammed into a mouth that never grew to hold them. Think about what that means. 32 full-size teeth, ordered for a mansion, forced into a studio apartment. So they do the only thing they can. They twist. They overlap. They climb over each other. They erupt sideways. We call it crooked teeth. We blame genes. And we're wrong. It's just big teeth with nowhere to go. And the wisdom teeth, arriving last, show up to find the room completely full. So they come in sideways, jam under the gum, or get sawn out of your skull by a surgeon. And we call that a normal rite of passage. It is not normal. It's a distress signal. Your wisdom teeth are your body screaming that your jaw was built too small. But that's still the mild version. Here's the one nobody sees coming. And it's the reason this isn't a video about your smile. It's a video about whether you can breathe. When your jaw fails to grow forward, it doesn't just crowd your teeth. It caves in the whole middle of your face. And directly behind that face sits your airway. A small, back-set jaw crushes the space at the back of your throat. It shoves your tongue backward into that same airway. And a cramped mouth makes breathing through your nose harder. So the child breathes through their mouth instead, which drags the jaw back even further, tightening the noose in a loop that feeds itself. Follow that chain to the end, and you land somewhere no story about crooked teeth should end. A throat too narrow to breathe through properly. Snoring. And for millions of people, sleep apnea. A throat that silently collapses shut over and over all night long, strangling off the deep sleep their body is begging for, night after night after night. The soft food didn't just bend your teeth, it is closing your throat while you sleep. Your crowded mouth and your exhaustion might be the same wound. And now, you see the whole monstrous shape of it. We took the hardest job the human face ever evolved to do, the daily, violent, hours-long labor of chewing real food, and we deleted it. We made eating effortless. It felt like the ultimate win, like comfort, like progress. And we never once suspected that the effort was the entire point, that the strain was the signal that built the face, and that a jaw, like every muscle you have, becomes itself by being punished, and withers in silence when it's spared. You are not broken. Your teeth aren't badly designed. Your jaw didn't fail. You are a human being whose face was engineered to be hammered into shape by a lifetime of hard chewing. And modern life took the hammer away before your bones ever finished. The gap between the face you have and the face you were built to grow is not a defect in you. It is the exact shape of what we surrendered for comfort. And you're not powerless, not if there are children in your life. A growing jaw listens for years. Give it hard food, real food that fights back, raw vegetables, tough meat, things that force a child to chew and chew and chew until it aches. It won't rebuild an adult's fused skull, but a child's jaw is still waiting, right now, for the ancient signal it was born expecting, the stubborn daily war of eating something that refuses to just melt away. Your face spent 300,000 years being carved by that fight. It has not forgotten what it's starving for. Listen to it.